Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 343 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It's Saturday, May 17th, 2025. We are so close to meeting our sales goal today. I think once Molly rings up her sales, we'll be there, but maybe she won't ring them up tonight. I don't know. So we could meet it. We could not meet it. Either way, the week is not ending as a stellar week that'll go down in the record books. It won't go down as the lowest week, but it definitely won't go down as the highest week either. But okay. So everything is shipped. I am reset to zero, as much as resetting to zero during Listapalooza looks like. And I have my helper here. So yeah. So that's good. She'll probably finish up a few things before she leaves tomorrow. So everything is out, but my workspace is definitely reset to zero, including a little shelf pocket collapse, which I need to do a little repair on, but it's reset to zero. All right. Gratitude. All right, let's chat about gratitude for a second. I'm not going all woo-woo and getting all nuts about this or anything like that, but I do want to talk about it because I think this was one of the things that just, I don't know, like you would hear it for years, practice gratitude. You should be grateful. And, everything you read shows that the gratitude helps you be in the moment. It helps you, be happier. It helps you recenter yourself. It helps you focus on what you have and more important things. All right. All right. So, I came around to it. We have our, daily intention journal, and we have our morning motivation in minutes every weekday morning. And we always say what we're grateful for. And we go around, and we've been doing this for, a year and a half, maybe even longer than that. All right, so I'm just looking for a page that in my gratitude journal. I don't mind, or all right. So C Chat's intention journal. It's available. If you go to our website, it'll hook you up with how to get to that. So yeah, one of the things in here that you fill out is I'm grateful for, and we do that on a daily basis when we meet for 10 minutes in the morning. It's pretty fantastic. If you're new in the community, you're giving us a trial. You know what? Come to one of the meetings, 10 minutes. It's from 8:50 a.m. This is Eastern time to 9 a.m. And we have a great group that shows up every morning. You get a quote, you get motivated, and we practice gratitude. And this kind of got me started on the gratitude train. I'm a recovering negative Nelly. Yes, absolutely. 100% am. And, I think my brain is wired that way. I think most people's brains are wired that way. If you own your own business or you have any kind of entrepreneurial spirit, problem solving spirit, I think it is very natural to lean more toward the negative, because what our brains do is you look for problems. You don't focus on what's working. You look for problems so you can solve them. You can move forward and you could just keep going. And so I'm always looking for, as I'm sure a lot of you are, looking for the negative, looking for the places that you can improve. And what happens is it affects everything when you don't stop and say what you're grateful for. All right. So doing this for this past year and a half has, I'm not being dramatic, has essentially changed my outlook on life and the way I look at things. When you are thinking about what you're grateful for and the things in your life that you have to be grateful for. And especially if you're saying that out loud, some people keep a gratitude journal and they'll write down something. I also did that for a little bit. I'm just not in the habit of doing that anymore. But what happens is you start to look for those things. And not only do you look for them, but you find them. And there's so much. Like, we went from people sometimes not like saying, I just don't know what I'm grateful for, to now it is very common that people say, I have so much I am grateful for today that I don't even know where to start. And how do I pick just one? I mean, what a beautiful thing is that? And most of these things that we're grateful for are the simple things that happen to all of us. Sometimes it's a cup of coffee in the morning. Sometimes it's my kids. Sometimes it's the community. It's all range of things, but when you look at these things, when you say it out loud, when you write it down, it changes your outlook. You realize just how much you do have, and how much you do have to be grateful for. And it kind of resets your it doesn't kind of, it resets your brain. That's what I can say. So if you are considering this, if you thought it was a little woo woo out there, a little, new agey kind of thing, gratitude, it affects the way you speak. It affects your interactions with other people. I'm thinking of like one thing in particular. It was the holidays, and I even forget what holiday it was. I don't know. And my mom was trying to get everybody together, and the kids, and my sister, her kids, everybody. And she looked at me at one point and she said, "Well, it's just, your sister and one of the kids coming." And I said, you know, how about we rephrase that? Oh my gosh, my sister and one of the kids are coming. How amazing is that? Like, you need to be grateful for that positive. That's one example that just always sticks out in my mind. And she says, "I'm so glad you said that, because I was concentrating so much on what wasn't going to be that I forgot about the blessing of what actually is going to be and did happen." And, just think about that. Is there something that you're saying, well, it's only, and it is taking away that gratitude that you should have for what you do have in front of you, is being, supplanted by what you wished happened, what your expectations were, what, you thought the perfect time was going to look like. All right. So anyway, gratitude, try it. It's amazing. All right. I had a couple weeks ago, we went when we were on Hilton Head. I had met I had met Molly's best friend. She came to stay with us for a night. And the next day, we were hanging out and doing all sorts of things. And she's like, "How are you so positive? Like, are you always like this? Like, have you always been like this?" She's like, "I've never met anybody like you. Why are you so positive? Like, what's the secret? What's going on?" So I've been kind of thinking about that over over the past couple weeks, because number one, I had never had anybody say that to me. Um, well, there's another funny story with that, but I'm not going to share that here. But I had never really had anybody say that to me. And Molly just kind of laughed, because, she knew negative me, without the gratitude. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. And I know now, after having thought about it for a couple weeks, that it is absolutely gratitude. All right, everybody, have a wonderful night. And, for those of you that join us in Motivation in Minutes every morning, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Number one, for getting it started. Number two, for participating. And number three, for sharing your wins and your gratitude, because it inspires me every single day. And I love you guys. All right, have a wonderful night. I'll see you on day 344. Night, night.